It's had many names, but only one NFL team over the years. We're at the home of the Dolphins, Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And we're underway at Hard Rock. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yep, Brock, I think he safely got that first down before the hit.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
This is ahead for about 5. Award that tackle to the effort of Leatu Latu. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate, and now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Switching it up here. Tagovailoa to throw. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 31-yard play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So 2nd down coming up. One of the rare instances there, Brock, where the quick slant doesn't win against zone coverage. He just couldn't hang on to the football.
No, we know this, Kate. In man coverage, it's about that separation, right?
Yeah.
You've got to win and create leverage versus zone. It's all about that anticipation and accuracy. And if you're not on point, that zone defender can break it up.
And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Juju Brents with a stop. 6 yards, the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Two and out from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins. Well, there's certainly never, ever a guarantee from that distance, but that's one you'd expect to be in your kicker's range. You hate to have a drive come away with nothing, but that's exactly what happened.
Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. And he gets his offense forward to the 44-yard line. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
Going to the ground again on first. And he works this to the 38 before going down. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. Just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Third and long for him here. This finds Mitchell. He's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out. And the Dolphins got it.
Third down, you could see he may have been trying to simply do too much to help his side. It loosened his hold on the ball and gave that defense a chance to knock it free. Instead of facing fourth down, they're off the field completely.
They're out and set. First and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
I think we're starting to get a feel, aren't we, of why they like him so much in coverage. He reacts well to throws, is super adept at breaking up passes through contact, or like that one before they could ever reach the target.
Achan gets a first down and more. And he gets it forward all the way to the 44. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of the broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
He's going deep. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And now they face second down. Throwing again. Here's Tua. That's caught. Devon Achan. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
It is caught at the 20. They get 35 out of that one. And it'll be first down, Miami.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Second down carry for Achan. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Getting out to his left. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
Going power with a big tight end. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, how often do we talk about awareness, and it's always offense, offense, offense? Well, this is a great case for the defensive awareness. The ball went to a secondary ball carrier, and the defense was aware enough to cut him down for a big red zone stop.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Koo able to put it through. And that's going to get them on the scoreboard. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through one quarter. Just a field goal separates these two. Back to Hard Rock Stadium right after this. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Ready now for our second quarter. The Colts have the football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
1st and 10 from the 41. Tight end gets it running forward. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Well, Kate, that's a quick hitter to the big guy, and that's what you normally expect to see out of it. Not a huge gain, just picking up a little bit before they stall him out.
Second down carry for Taylor. Across midfield to the 45. And he's finally taken down at the 39-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Taylor again. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Second down now, 7 to go. They go again with Taylor. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there, and that leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You've got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
All set up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Taylor. And finally, they're able to bring him to the ground. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Taylor now up the middle. And he's in for the touchdown. The Colts take a second quarter lead. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Matt Gay on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Colts take a 4-point lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. He's going to field this at the 2. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. On play action, here's Tagovailoa. Finds his man, it's Ricky Pearsall. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 28 out of that play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. They go play action with Tagovailoa. Pressure coming, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
No one picks him up, and he reminded everyone in the building why that's a major mistake. The linebacker's athleticism on full display. A sack in under 2 seconds? That's a select group of players on the planet who could pull that off.
He puts some power on it, deep one left. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Has a man, it's Achan. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
And that kick will get out of bounds without a return. Looks to be a little shy of reaching the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Taylor trying the left side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
On 1st down, they'll run. He's out near midfield and still going. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
On 1st down, it's Richardson. Short pass brought in. Still has some space inside the 35. They get 27 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
1st down throw here from Richardson. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Catch is made in close. He has the Indianapolis touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Gay to add the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Colts drive their lead to 11. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's brought down after a short gain. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, and that brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Man in motion, headed right. Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. Taking his shot, deep down the field it goes. For the sideline, and it's intercepted. Colson Adebo's got it. And the Colts take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did. Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the 1st down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the...
Forces that one, and it's intercepted. That is Lewis Seen. And the Dolphins take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
And he's out of bounds after getting this to the opposing 45. Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. Second and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Now 2 at a throw. Pearsall there to grab it. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you could find a completion just like that.
And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. That one intended for Jalen Waddle. And now it's 2nd down.
Read and react. Read and react. Read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. And then you got to react as it begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line. Miami calls a timeout here. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Tagovailoa on first down. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Here's Tua again. Completed over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be first down, Miami.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
He's got it at the 5. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in-cut and make the catch.
It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. He's at midfield. He's at the 30. And the Colts will have a shot at least a field goal here. Maybe the end zone after that return.
I don't know about you, but I'm a little surprised that one didn't make it all the way back for 6. Took some amazing effort from the guys making the tackle to save a touchdown, but still an outstanding return from a defense that sensed they needed the big play, and they found it.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. Now with 2 seconds left, we get the expected timeout from this offense. They're in great shape to get 3 here entering the half. Here's Matt Gay for the Colts field goal. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Up and good from Fairbairn. And that extends their lead to 14. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. This has been a trend, yet another interception. And the Dolphins take possession down inside the 30 after the interception. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the second half because he picks it off on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go get the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion of this second half.
Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Tua now from the gun. He's on the move. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
Here's A-Chain up the middle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Achane again on second. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins start the second half with some needed points. Achane with the touchdown. Riley Patterson on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Dolphins chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. A give left side to Taylor. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Here's 2nd and 7. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Dolphins take possession on his 13th INT of this season.
You know, Kate, once you've thrown a couple picks, it's easy to become check down Charlie. Right? Just throw it underneath and not take any more risk because you don't want to throw what he just did, his 3rd interception of the game. It's time to protect.
Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. And the Colts take over on his 5th interception of the season. Oh, my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a 3rd in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball, because these secondaries are locked in.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. But they'll take that every single time.
First down, and they go right back to him. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. That's going to be caught by Mitchell. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
Play action with Richardson. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Here's Richardson. Hauled in by Downs. Now he's past the 25. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
First down from the red zone. And that's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, Indy. The Colts parlay the interception into points. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Choosing to bring it out deep in the end zone. And this drive will start inside the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Receiver in motion, headed right. Tua off the play fake. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know what that felt like to me, Kate? That felt like a little bit of overthinking, where he was just waiting for the perfect lane and the breakaway run. But against defenses in this league, you hesitate, you get tackled for a loss.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
In a situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this 3rd down a near impossibility.
He lets one fly deep downfield. Brought in inside the 20. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. Patterson able to connect on the point after. And the Dolphins chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. To throw, Richardson. And they pick him off again. And he makes the half go. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. Patterson on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dolphins bring it back to even. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. After the pick, Richardson back to the air. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. On target to his man Taylor. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
3rd and short yardage here, Richardson. Makes the grab in bounds left side. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
This one intended for the running back. So that brings up second down. They'll throw again. Richardson. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Space on the right. He's got room. And it's a pick six as he runs it in for the touchdown. Patterson on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Dolphins break that tie and now lead by 7. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Getting right back to it after that interception. Finds a seam down the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 43. Mims with the grab. It's a pickup of 11. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
On 1st down, it's Richardson. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Emmanuel Forbes makes the play. Timeout Indianapolis, that's its 2nd. And they'll likely be very protecting of the only one they've got remaining. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Motioning him from the slot right. 1st down. Here's Tua. His running back hauls it in deep right. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw. When you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Out of the shotgun, a give to A-Chain. Breaks the tackle, still going. It's a great extra effort to keep that run going for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
A-Chain again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. They'll stick with A-Chain. And he'll go down here at the 16. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Staying on the ground here with Achan. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. Able to find Achan. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Not terribly complicated on this one. Just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Koo able to put it through. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he'll get it up to the 44. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
1st down throw here from Richardson. That one's cut along the left sideline. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Finds Mims. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Taylor makes the catch. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So it'll be 2nd down. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock. But down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. A physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers.
Touchdown, Indianapolis! Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the 4th. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They go play action with Tagovailoa. Connects on the crosser. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He picks up 28 on the play. And it'll be first down, Miami. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
What a great opportunity for him. You can almost feel that bounce in his step. Facing a southpaw, and he gets to rush the blind side. Well, anytime he beats that right tackle, it just comes down to his closing speed and his finishing ability at the quarterback.
There it is. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins make it a 9-point advantage. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Patterson tacks on the extra point. And the Dolphins make it a 10-point ball game. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Complete to Mims. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. To throw, Richardson. Put the body on the line for his team. They gain 14 on the play. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is. Because that QB and tight end, they got that ball out in a hurry.
That's going to be caught by Mitchell. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
It's the 2-minute warning from Miami. Colts down by 10. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. From the 31. Escapes the pocket. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first. Here's Richardson. This finds Likely. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Richardson. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Here he is to throw. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now they're left with 4th and short.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Now to throw. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. the Dolphins have it now, and he's 8th pick of the year.
I think it's safe to say his day is beyond repair now, if it wasn't long ago. He just hasn't been reading these coverages at all, and it's clearly not on the same page with his receivers. I think it really is now time to think about his confidence for future games and get him out of this ball game.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down.
Okay, time for the defense to think about getting that ball back, and this is where you've got to conserve every second. Got to expect a timeout coming any moment now.
Lining up to take a knee on second down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So it's fins up as the Dolphins take the win at home. And they snag some much-needed momentum to end the regular season as they start looking ahead to their wild card contest next week.